Have you ever wondered, why does your mind still feel heavy, even after you clean your house? Why do some homes make you feel peaceful the moment you walk in, while others make you feel tired and restless? For no clear reason. Does peace come from expensive furniture, beautiful decorations, or having lots of things? Or is the truth much deeper than that? Today's Japanese story might change the way you look at life forever. A long time ago, in a small village in Japan, there lived a woman named Amy. She belonged to a wealthy family. Amy loved beautiful things: new cushions, soft bed sheets, handmade clay pots, silk curtains, and a new kimono every season. These things made her happy. Her house was always spotless, beautifully decorated, and perfectly organized. Whenever neighbors or guests visited, they couldn't stop praising her home. Every month, the village held a big market. Whenever Amy felt lonely or her heart became restless, she would go shopping. And every month, something new came home with her: a new flower vase, a beautiful tea set, a wooden decoration, or an expensive showpiece. The moment she held something new, she felt, now everything will be okay. But it never lasted. That happiness stayed, only for a few days. Soon, the new item would sit quietly in a corner, collecting dust, and Amy would feel empty all over again. Days passed. Her cupboards became full, her boxes became full, her walls became full. One day, she realized, there wasn't even enough space left to breathe comfortably inside her own home. Every morning, she cleaned one shelf. Every afternoon, she arranged another cupboard. By evening, the new things needed more space again. At night, when she lay in bed, her heart felt tired. She realized she no longer owned her belongings. Her belongings had started owning her life. One evening, while returning from the market, dark clouds suddenly filled the sky. Within moments, heavy rain began to fall. Amy was completely soaked. The cold wind passed through her wet clothes. Then, she noticed a small wooden house beside the river. She gently knocked on the door. For a few moments, there was only silence. Then the door opened. An elderly woman stood there. Her face showed the marks of age, but her eyes were full of peace. She smiled warmly and said, "Please come inside." Amy stepped into the house and stopped in surprise. There were no expensive decorations, no fancy furniture, only a small table, an old book, and a simple vase of white flowers. That was all. Yet somehow, the little house felt warmer, calmer, and more peaceful than Amy's own beautiful home. The old woman lovingly prepared hot tea. They sat together quietly and drank tea. In that simple little house, Amy felt a peace she had never found inside her large, luxurious home. She asked herself, "I have so much, then why am I still unhappy? She has almost nothing, then why does she look so peaceful?" Finally, Amy softly asked, "If you don't mind, may I ask you something?" The old woman smiled. "Of course. How can you be so happy when you own so little?" The old woman looked at her quietly, then smiled. "The answer to that question cannot be found in one cup of tea. Come back tomorrow, before sunrise. I'll show you the one thing that changed my entire life." The next morning, before the sun had risen, Amy returned. A soft mist covered the village. The river flowed quietly. A cool breeze filled the air. Everything felt peaceful. The old woman was already awake. She welcomed Amy inside. They sat together on the wooden porch. After a while, the old woman stood up. "Come, let me show you my home." She picked up an old teacup. Smiling, she said, This cup is 20 years old. I still drink my tea from it every morning. Then she pointed to an old blanket. I stitched this with my own hands. As long as it is still good, I don't need a new one. Amy listened quietly. Then she asked, "Don't you ever feel like buying something new? Don't you enjoy going to the market? Don't you want to bring beautiful things home?" The old woman smiled peacefully. "I visit the market every month. I love being there. The happy people, the colorful shops, the delicious food. All of it fills my heart with joy. I buy food and daily essentials, but I never bring home unnecessary things. Before touching anything, I stop for a moment and ask myself, do I really need this?" Amy became completely silent. It felt as if someone had spoken, the words hidden inside her own heart. The old woman continued, "Most people believe new things will make them happy, but true happiness doesn't come from owning more. It comes when you truly feel that what you already have is enough." She opened the window. The cool morning breeze filled the room. Then she said, "In Japan, there is a way of thinking called Danshari. It doesn't simply mean removing unnecessary things from your house. It means letting go of everything that no longer serves your life. Old belongings, old habits, and unnecessary worries." That day, when Amy walked out of the little house, her steps were the same, but her heart was different. It felt as if a window that had been closed for years had finally begun to open. When she reached home, she opened her cupboard, not to place something new inside, but for the first time to see how much she already had. One by one, she took out her kimonos. Some had been worn only once, others had been hanging untouched for years. She looked into her kitchen. So many cups, so many plates, so many bowls. Every one of them had once felt necessary. Today, they only took up space. She remembered every time she had felt lonely, every time her heart had quietly hurt, every time life had felt empty. Instead of sitting with those feelings, she had gone shopping. The new things only silenced her heart for a little while. They never truly healed it. The next day, Amy brought out a large wooden box. She started collecting everything she hadn't used for many months. It wasn't easy. Every item whispered, "Keep me. You might need me someday." Her hands would stop. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and gently placed it inside the box. A few days later, she visited people in the village who truly needed those things. An elderly man received a warm blanket. A family received kitchen utensils. A little girl received a pretty hair clip. A young bride received a beautiful kimono. The happiness in their eyes could never be found in any store. That day, as Amy walked home, her hands were completely empty, but for the first time, her heart felt completely full. Nothing felt missing anymore. Time passed. The market still came every month. Amy still visited it. She walked through the colorful shops. She smiled while looking at beautiful things. She visited every stall. She admired everything, but she no longer returned home with heavy shopping bags. Instead, she sat quietly in a corner, enjoyed her favorite food, watched the happy crowd, and returned home with only a smile. Because now, she understood something important. Not everything you love has to belong to you. Slowly, her house became emptier, and at the same time, her heart found more space too. Now, she had silence, she had peace. She finally had time to sit quietly with her own heart.
Everyone who visited her home said the same thing. "I don't know why, but your house feels so peaceful." Amy simply smiled. Because now, she finally knew the answer. Sometimes, we don't need to bring new things into our lives. Sometimes, we simply need to let old things go. When your home has space, your heart slowly finds peace too. A few months later, Amy visited the old woman again. The old woman smiled warmly. "So, Amy, do you still go to the market?" Amy smiled. "Yes, I still go." She paused, looked into the old woman's eyes, and said, "But now, I don't go there to shop. I go to enjoy the lively atmosphere, the happy people, and the joy it brings to my heart. Then, I come home without buying anything." The old woman's eyes sparkled. She gently held Amy's hand. "My daughter, that was the greatest lesson," she continued. "In Japan, there is an old philosophy called Danshari. It isn't only about removing extra things from your home. It is about letting go of old habits, unnecessary thoughts, and the emotional weight that steals your peace." That day, Amy finally understood that true peace doesn't come from collecting more. It comes from realizing that we need very little to live a happy life. And perhaps that is why these simple Japanese ideas don't just change people's homes, they change their hearts too.